Okay, yes, my people, hello and welcome back to another vlog style video where today I'm still out here in beautiful, sunny, slightly windy Montenegro this morning. I've got another big day of training, big day of work on the cards. This morning I've got a conditioning session, this evening I've got a run. So I've woke up this morning, I've got myself a little bit of journaling done, I've started the day on the right foot, I know what I've got planned for the day, big day of work too, so it's going to be a busy one. I've got my black coffee on the go as per usual. I've also got a banana to fuel up for this morning session, which is going to be, I'll explain it now, it's going to be escalating ladder, big word there, starting with a 200 meter run, 200 meter row, 20 burpees. It's going to go to 300 meters with 30 burpees, 4, 5, all the way up to 6. So in the end, I'll be doing 600 meters of run, row, 60 burpees. That's part one of that session. Part two is going to be a bit of a time trial, a 1K run, a 1K row, and then 100 wall balls. Unfortunately, I've only got a 6 kg wall ball, so that will have to suffice for now. But that is this morning's session. Banana, about 25 grams of carbs, should be enough. I'm also going to go and get a electrolyte, an isotonic drink from down the bottom. Not something that I would typically do if I was at home, but I've run out of electrolytes, so that is the solution. Also going to get a Red Bull because I need that hit of caffeine this morning. Okay, I've had my black coffee, but I need that extra little bit of help. It's been a tough week of training so far. I'll probably be taking a slight deload excuse me, moving into next week, so I'm really peaking this week before a little drop off to pick back up again for the end of this little strength block that I've got going on. Because strength is the main focus at the moment. Just got a little bit of a conditioning day, so I thought I'd show you that after showing you a strength day last week. But yeah, I'm absolutely loving my time out here in Montenegro. I've really settled into a routine now, so yeah, loving life. I've got a little bit of work to do first, but I'm going to have my banana now, and I should be in the gym for about 9 o'clock. It's currently 1:15, so yeah, normally have a banana 30 to 1 hour out for those 20 to 30 grams of carbs. So that's the crack. Welcome back to another video. Stay tuned. It's going to be a big day of training. Let's go do this in a bit. It's quiet. Little Red Bull, little electrolyte drink, isotonic drink, and a nice big bottle of water. Big session incoming. Let's get it. Right, okay, quickly, while the music is not playing and I don't get myself a little copyright strike, just in here now, getting a quick warm-up done before we get into things here. I must admit, I'm a little bit nervous about this one. It's going to be pretty intense. I'm going to do my best to get as much of it on record as possible. But yeah, when I'm in that pain cave, it might be a bit difficult. Music just started. Avoid that copyright strike. I'm going to round this out here, but yeah, let's do this. Come on. Part A box, and all I can say right now is fuck burpees. part B pending, another minute's rest, 5 minutes in between. Let's go. Oh, let's do a little walk and talk. I had to get out of there. It's getting a bit stuffy towards the end. Jesus Christ, that weren't easy. Well, saying that, I managed to establish a pretty comfortable pace, especially in part A. Pretty happy with the way part A went. That last set of burpees was brutal. I'm not going to beat around the bush and try and make out it was easy to get attacked by a bush. But I got it done, felt pretty comfortable, had my 5 minutes rest in between. Active rest, had a little spin on the bike, a little bit of rehydration, and then got into part B of the workout, and the run was fine, held a pretty comfortable pace, probably somewhere around a 3:45 to 4 minute pace. Then the row was tough, but I got it done at about a 1:57, which is, you know, sort of my race pace at this stage, for you know, a 1k row. But I'm gonna switch hands here. Yeah, there we go. But the wall balls are what killed me there. Definitely an area that I'm a bit close there, isn't I? I've got the mic in the hand because I've got my bag here, so it's all a little bit awkward at the minute. But anyway, yeah, the wall balls are definitely what I need to work on. That was only a 6 kg wall ball, and I could have kept going, but truthfully, and this is no excuse, bit of tightness in the hip once I got to around 50 wall balls, so I dropped there, and then it persisted till 75, picked it up against the last set of 25, and it really started to get aggravating, so dropped at 80, so I only did 5 reps, just because at this stage of the block, this stage of the season, it's really not worth me pushing through any sort of tightness or injury. Don't get me wrong, I was definitely flagging, but for the sake of 20 wall balls, it weren't worth overcompensating with a hip and putting anything out like that. So to be fair, this little hip issue has persisted for a long time. It's a reoccurring sort of injury or aggravation. So something that I might have to look at, because I don't want to be going into, you know, my countdown, my peak block with this little issue. So perhaps next week it might be worth, you know, backing off a little bit, which was kind of the plan anyway, but not putting it under any further duress. But now it's time to walk back, get myself some brecco. I'm starving hungry, and then I've got a whole afternoon of calls to look forward to. So there won't be much action this afternoon. I'll show you what I had for lunch as well, of course, as per usual. But first thing first, brecco. So let's go get that and make it happen. Right, okay, happy days. Sat here back in my favourite little spot. Hopefully the wind isn't too bad, and this is what we're dealing with. Standard breakfast since I've been here. A nice big bowl of natural yogurt from the little grocery store down the road. It is the creamiest, freshest yogurt I've ever had. No word of a lie, I genuinely mean that. Some mixed nuts, got some almonds, cashews, some pumpkin seeds, some dried berries, some frozen berries. Ended up with this little sort of juicy sort of situation where the frozen berries have melted a little bit in the fridge, but it makes for a nice little sort of mix with the yogurt, and then another banana just for an extra little boost of carbs ahead of this afternoon / this evening session. So this is what we're dealing with in terms of a view. Not half bad for your breakfast, and this is what we're dealing with in terms of the breakfast. Happy days indeed. So the plan is to eat this, probably getting a nice healthy dose of protein, you know, not an awful lot. Would prefer more, truthfully, but this is what we're dealing with. I'll make up for it with lunch, which you'll see very soon, and of course dinner too. But for now, the most important thing is just getting some food on board within that anabolic window, otherwise my recovery will be impacted. So without any further ado, let's give it a little taste test. We want to get a little bit of banana on the spoon, a little bit of berries, a few nuts, and the yogurt. Bon appetit. Oh. Could never get tired of that with this view. Don't want to leave this place. Anyway, tuck this away, get on with some work. I'll see you all at lunch. Right, okay. Oh no. Oh no. Like a stinker. Give that a little wipe. Be alright. Anyway, hopefully you can hear me okay. The wind is absolutely battering me here, but a little change of location. I've come up to the top. The wind is going to kill us here, innit? I have to pick up the mic. Anyway, hopefully you can hear me okay. The wind is pretty strong, but I've come up to the top terrace to get a little bit of reprieve from my desk and the inside and the air conditioning. It's a lovely sunny day, but the wind is pretty killer. Anyway, I'm waffling. Lunch is served. 4 eggs, goat's cheese, smoked salmon, fresh tomato, fresh avocado, sea salt, black pepper. It does not get much better than this. A little bit of paprika in there too. Locally produced paprika, I do believe. I think that's what the landlady said to me when I arrived. But look, this is what it's all about. In the sun, making up for the protein that I was lacking in that first meal with the 4 eggs, the goat's cheese, and a healthy serving of smoked salmon there. Probably got around, if I was had to eyeball it, about 80 grams, so a healthy dose of protein there. Again, this poxy wind is doing my head in, but slightly lower in carbohydrates than I would have liked, but I just don't trust the bread around here. It just doesn't look great. In the restaurants, it's unbelievable, but just to pick up, I'm not so sure, but I'll make up for it with a nice high carb meal this evening, which I'll show you, so stay tuned for that. The views are unbelievable. Whilst you're there, I've got no table, so my knees will have to do. I'll give it a little taste test here. Let's have a little look in here. Oh, the yolk is oozing in this little omelette. Absolutely on the money, but I wouldn't expect anything less with these sorts of ingredients, all locally produced. So good. I'm going to enjoy this now. I've got another stint of work to do before my run this evening. Stay tuned, keep watching. Let's do this. Right, just a quick one. Got myself a little sweet treat as well. Basically what I have for breakfast. So just a little bit of yogurt, a few frozen berries that have gone a little bit mushy, but it makes for a nice little sort of compote here. And my last little hit of caffeine of the day. It's currently 2 o'clock, nearly 3 o'clock actually. And caffeine has a half-life of 5 to 6 hours, so that will be my last cup of coffee today, so not to impact my sleep quality a little bit later. But yeah, I'm going to enjoy this. I'm sat here at my desk, I'm working simultaneously, so just thought I'd let you know that, so not to leave anything that I eat today out of the list. Right, okay, no messing around, we're straight into it. Hopefully you can hear me through all this poxy wind which has been doing my head in today. Probably can't hear a word I'm saying, so I'll try and get some subtitles. But yeah, very busy day, full of calls, very productive though. I was going to do some hill sprints at the end of the 6k, but I'm just going to take it easy now. But 6k on the cards nonetheless, bringing a total running volume for today to 9k with this morning's intervals. So that's the plan. 6k just started. Let's do this. Go. Halfway down. 3 done. 3 to go. Let's go. Right, okay, that's a wrap. 6k done. Was supposed to be nice and chill, nice and easy, but I started feeling myself after about 1.5k, so ended up being a bit of a progressive run. 6k at bear with me here, because I've just lost that on my watch. 6k at a 450 average pace, heart rate sitting at 147. So picked up the pace a little bit. Overall felt really good in the end. Legs felt a bit heavy starting out from this morning session. Did end up finishing with a hill rep, not multiple as I was planning, but I felt good, as I say. So plan is now, get a bit of grub on. I've got a call after this. And then, to be honest, look, I've got to be totally transparent. This is a full day of eating and training. I will be going for a couple of beers. It's been a long day. It's Thursday. I go home from here in Montenegro at the weekend. So a couple of beers with the boys does not hurt tonight. But I'm going to show you what I have for dinner first. Second session of the day. Hot, sweaty one. Wind has died down, which is, you know, music to my ears because it's been winding me up all day. Hate the wind, hate the wind. If you hate the wind, let me know. Drop it in the comments below. But yeah, gonna get some grub on now. Right, now we're talking. Here we go, a healthy serving of pasta. I did say that I was going to have my larger carbohydrate meal of the day here at the end of the day. To be honest, it's just leftovers from the other night. That's why I love batch cooking. Getting from a run. It's there waiting for me in the fridge. Just heated it through. Topped with a little bit of goat's cheese, which is produced locally. It's absolutely banging. Could not have that on there. Got some beef mince in there. Carrots, peppers, garlic, onion, mushrooms. It's a real treat. All done with a little bit of paprika as well. But yeah, just topping up on my carbs after this. I'm aiming roughly at the moment. I'm trying to lose a bit of weight, a bit of fat mass. So carbs are slightly lower than they typically would be, and I'm really trying to incorporate them around my sessions. Hence why I had the banana this morning before and after my session, topping up on carbs straight after this one. So I'm ready to go for tomorrow morning session. But yeah, I'm roughly aiming for around 4 to 5 grams per kilogram of body weight. And this healthy bowl of pasta here will most certainly help towards that. But that is the end of this video as I sat here, a sweaty mess, getting ready to eat my dinner. I thank you all very much for watching. I think this is week 3 of this little Chasing Hyrox Valencia mini-series that I've got going on. Well, it's not really a mini-series. By the time I'm done, there'll probably be 15 other episodes out. So stay tuned for this. This one is coming thick and fast on the content. Stay tuned for next week's episode. I'll be back in the UK for the next one so I can really lock in and get some solid progress made. Even though it will be a little deload week, it's going to be necessary. You know, I'll explain that in the next video. So stay tuned. Thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate you. Hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, hit the like button. Thanks once more. I'll see you in the next one in a bit.